Subhanallah walhamdulillah, Subhanallah walhamdulillah, Subhanallah walhamdulillah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Fata'ala Allahu al-Malik al-Haqq. Fata'ala Allahu al-Malik al-Haqq. Fata'ala Allahu al-Malik al-Haqq. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. Wa ba'd. Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters in Islam. My name is Muhammad Awal Amin. I'm from Nigeria. Indigent of Niger State, in Atroko government, Niger State, a village called Go inside in Atroko government. That is where I'm from. That's what I'm my village. I'm a people tribe. This is my number 89 video. So I come to this Lagos, not fans of television. I'm living in Lagos in our area. Lagos in our area. Lagos, so every time you come to that mall, that's why I find it to live in. My business is selling once, but I don't know what I'm selling. So today's topic is about about the translation of Quran. You see, the Quran has 7 translations. Do Allah say 7 heaven and 7 earth. And then Allah say that if you bring forth 7 seed out to the supply, yet the word of Allah will never be exhausted. Truly Allah is almighty and all wise. Then that is how the translation of Quran is up to 7. It's up to 7. Look at it in Surah Al-Naml. Then when we go to Surah Al-Kahfi chapter 18, when we go to Surah Al-Israel chapter 71 verse 44 said, تسبح السماوات والأرض ومن فيهن وإن من شيء إلا يسبح بحمد ربه ولكن لا يفقهون تسبيحهم إنه كان حليما غفورا. Say 7 heaven and 7 earth and all that they it glorify him, and not a thing but glorify his praise, but you understand not their glorification, meaning everything performs salah to Almighty Allah, but you understand not their salah that they are performing to Almighty Allah. So you see here, Allah said that there is 7 heaven and earth. To sabbihu samawati. You see samawati, that's plural of samawa. That's samawati, that's 7 heaven. Then when you come to arrangement of Quran, you treat the Quran with respect. You arrange the Quran, the way Allah arrange it. The one that he first mentioned, you do it before the second one. You see every command of Almighty Allah is following one another. The way Allah arrange it. You see everything. Things happening one after the other, the Allah arranged. When you even come to your counting, you count 1, 2, 3, 4. You see one after the other. You're walking one after the other, seeing one after the other, talking one after. You see that is arrangement of one. Then, when you come to arrangement of one, the Allah created 7 heaven. You also say 7 heaven, also 7 earth. Then all that therein glorify his praise. Then dwellers are created 7 heaven and 7 earth. That is how the translation of one is. It's up to 7. Then again, we go to the Surah Al-Kahfi chapter 81 verse 9 said, قُلْ لَوْ كَانَ الْبَحْرُ مِدَادًا لِكَلِمَاتِ رَبِّهِ لَنَفِدَ الْبَحْرُ قَبْلَ أَن تَنفَدَ كَلِمَاتُ رَبِّهِ وَلَوْ جِئْنَا بِمِثْلِهِ مَدَدًا. If the sea were in, we had to read the word of Allah, then the sea will exhaust. The word of Allah will never finish. Even though you bring forth another seed like 8, 20 to an 8, begin to write the word of Allah, then those seed will exhaust. The word of Allah will never finish. You continue doing that, it has no end. Then again, it didn't stop at there. We go to Surah Luqman chapter 31 of verse 27 said, ولو أن ما في الأرض من شجرة الأكلام والبحر يمده من بعد 7 أبحر ما نفدت كلمات الله إن الله عزيز حكيم. I said, if all the trees on earth were pen and the sea were ink, with 7 seed out to supplied behind it, add to supplied, yet the word of Almighty will never be exhausted. Truly Allah is almighty and all wise. Then the way Allah created 7 heaven and the 7 earth, and then said that I bring forth 7 seed and add to supply behind it, then those sea will exhaust. The word of Almighty will never finish. Then that is how the translation of Quran is up to 7. Truly Allah is almighty and all wise. But what I want to explain is second translation of the whole Quran from FATIHA to NASI. That's what I want to explain now. Then second translation of the whole Quran from FATIHA to NASI, that is number that we are counting. That is second translation of the whole Quran from FATIHA to NASI. What's the number that we are counting? Number that we are counting It's a question to you. Where did he got this number? Where did it start from? That's the second translation of the whole Quran from FATIHA to NAS, which number that we're counting. And then when you count the alpha of the verse in the whole Quran, any number that is stopped, any number that is reached, that is foundation of that number. That's where it began. That's where it started. And then that is number of the angel that said that are guidance of whatever Allah say in that verse. Then that number, that's foundation of it, that's where it started. Then that number, that's number that we use in counting. We count all the natural things that Allah created. And then the thing that we manufacture. That is second translation of the whole Quran from Fatiha to Nas, with number that we're counting. Then, if you count alpha of the word in the whole Quran, any number that it reached, any number that stopped, that is foundation of that number. That's where it began, that's where it started. Then that number, that's number that we use in counting, we count all the natural things that Allah created. And then the thing that we manufacture. That is second translation one from Fatiha to Nas. What's number that we count? Then, when we come to the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, you see when you say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and then you translate it, you say that in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. You see, that is translation. That's first translation of one. From Fatiha to Nas, which Arab language, that's the very word, the word one E. So say that is first translation one. And then you can translate one from Arab language to any kind of language in the world entirely. Then, when you come to the second translation of the whole Quran, in Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, then what you do, you will count the alpha of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And then when you count the alpha of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, you will show it 19. Then that is foundation of number 19. That's where it began, that's where it started. Then that number 19, that's number of the angel that Allah said that are guidance or whatever Allah said in Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And then the proof about that, when you say Bismillah, in the name of Allah, Ar-Rahmani, Allah is Ar-Rahmani in this world. When Allah is talking about Rahmani, meaning Allah is talking about this world, then these 19 angels, they are the angels that said that are guidance of the world entirely, the whole world entirely. Then the Bismillah, Rahman, Rahim, Rahim, Rahim. Then Allah is Ar-Rahim in the hereafter. Then in the hereafter there's Jahannama and Jannah. Meaning there's hellfire and paradise. All together in the heaven. Then these 19 angels, they are the angels that are guidance of the Jahannama, which is hellfire. These 19 angels, they are the angels that are guidance of Jannah, which is paradise. Then Jahannama and Jannah all together is in the heaven, meaning hellfire and paradise all together is in heaven. Then Allah is Ar-Rahim in the heaven. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Rahim, Rahim. So see, then this Natija, they are the angels that are guidance of hellfire. This Natija, they are the angels that are guidance of paradise. This Natija, they are the angels that also said that are guidance of the world entirely. All together is in all this is in the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So see, then when you count of Alpha Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, you will show it 19. When you say Bismillahir Rahmani, Allah is Ar-Rahmani this world. Allah is speaking about this world. Then this world. This 19 angels, they are the angels that are guidance of the world entirely. Rahman Rahim, Allah is Ar-Rahim the after. Then in the after there's Jahannam and Jannah, meaning there's hellfire and paradise. Then this next angel, they are the angels that are guidance of Jahannam, which is hellfire. This next angel, they are the angels that are guidance of paradise, which is Jannah. Then all together is in the heaven. Then Allah is Ar-Rahim in the heaven, Rahim, Rahim. Then when you count the alpha Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, you will show it 19. Then that 19, That number 19, that's number of the angel associated that guidance or whatever Allah said in Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So see, then that is foundation of number 19. That's why it began, that's why it started. Then that number 19, that's the number that we use in counting. We count all the natural things that Allah created 19, 19, 19, 19, 19. And then the thing that we refer to 19, 19, 19, 19, 19. So see, then again, when we come to the word, if you count the alpha of the word in the Holy Quran, any number that it reaches, any number that stops, any number that reaches, that is foundation of that number, that's where it begins, that's where it started. Then that number, that's number 12. That's number of the angel associated that guidance or whatever associated in that word. That's the foundation of that number, that's why it begins, that's where it started. Then that number we use in counting. We count all the natural things that Allah created, and then the thing that we refer to. Then when we come to the word NASI, when you say NASI, that is Arab language. The Lazar video one that is NASI. Then that NASI you can translate it to the English language, what is mankind, human being, people. That's translation of it. The word NASI. Then that word NASI that we are saying, that is first translation one from Arab language. That is first translation one if you translate the word NASI to the English language, which is woman, being, mankind, people. Then that is first translation one from FATIHA to NASI, which is Arab language that Lazar video one in, and then you can translate one from Arab language to any kind of language in the world entire. Then when you come to the second translation one in the word NASI, which is people, you see, NASI, that is it has two alpha, which is Sinun and Nun. That is two alpha. Then that two alpha, that is the foundation of number 2. That's why it begins to start. Then that number 2, that's number of the angel that said that the guidance of each mankind. Then the proof about that, when we got Surah Al-Fatihah chapter 8, Surah 1, verse 11 said, Kiraman Katibi, that is 2 angels. Kiraman, that is 2 angels. Katibin, they are writing. Ya'lamuna ma taf'alun. They know whatever each one of us is doing. Then that number 2, that's the number of the angels that said the guidance of each mankind. Then that's foundation number 2. That's why it began, that's why it started. Then that number 2, that's the number that we use in counting. We count all the angels that Allah created, and then the thing that we manufacture. We count all the angels that Allah created. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then the thing that we manufacture, 2, 2, 2, 2. Then, so you see, the philosophy behind it has no end. Then again, when we come to the things that we manufacture, you're seeing it. When we come to the human being, you're seeing it. You are seeing one after the other. When you see this one first, you see this one, you see this one, you see one after the other, and then that scene that you are seeing it, you count it. When you count it, you see that is second translation. The second you see, or the minute you see, the hour you see, all is in second translation. The sound that you are making, the second you make that sound, the hours, number of the second you make that sound, that is the second translation one from FATIHA to NASI. What's the number that we are counting? When we come to the walking that you are walking, if you say that you have to count your step that you are walking, you see, those numbers you count that is second translation one from FATIHA to NASI. The number that we are counting, that is second translation one from FATIHA to NASI. Then again, you count leaves, you count trees, you can count anything. That number 19, you said, okay, We count human being, 19, number 19. You count animal, 19. You count bird, 19. You count trees, 19. 19, that number 19. So all that is second translation one. We count stars, 90. Leaves, 90. Tree, 90. Mountain, 90. You continue going. You come to the center of we count vehicle, motorcycle, bicycle, motorcycle, vehicle, aeroplane, 19, 19, 19, 19. You come to the answer, 90. Telephone, 90. Radio, 90. Television, 90. Computer, 90. You continue going. 90, 90, 90, 90. Go on to actually 90. Look at it. Fan, 90. Continue going. You go to the electricity, 90. 19, 19, 19, 19. The philosophy behind it has no end. You come to 2, 2, 2. So you see it? Then all that one is second translation on from FATIHA to NASI with number that we're counting. Then again, this second translation of the Holy Quran, when we come to them, that is where you will know that Allah has guided the Holy Quran. Through there, that's where you know that Allah has guided the Holy Quran, has guided the Quran, fully guided, guide whatever in this world, fully guided. And then, when you, the proof about it, when you count the alpha, when you come to Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, when you say that Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, you say that all that one is, that is false translation of the Quran from FATIHA. That's what's Arab language, that's how the video one in, and then you can translate the Quran from Arab language to the any kind of language in the world entire. Then when you come to second translation of the Quran, then you now count the alpha of that Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. When you count it, you saw it 19. Then that's foundation number 19. That's why you end up starting. Then that number 19. When you come to it, that is where this way you will know that Allah has guided the Quran, fully guided. Which Allah said in Surah Hijr, chapter 51, verse 9, say, Inna nahnu nazzalna dhikra wa inna lahu lahafidhun. We send down reminder and then we guide it from every country, meaning we guide the Quran, fully guided. We guide it from every country, meaning where you know that Allah has guided the Quran, fully guided. Which you see what was Surah Al-Mudaththir, chapter 71, verse that say, Alayhat Sashara, on top of it, 19. This 19 and 19, then how will you know that on top of it, 19? When you see, when you go to every surah in the whole Quran, you'll find Bismillah Rahman on top of every surah. Then when you count the alpha Bismillah Rahman, you saw it 19. Then that is translation of on top of it and 19. Then when you count the alpha Bismillah Rahman, you saw it 19. When you count it, then you count the surah in the whole Quran from FATIHA to NASI. All the surah submissions of one, you count it from FATIHA to NASI. When you count it, you saw it 114 surah. When you count it, then you take 19 angels and then divide 114 surah. When you divide it, it will divide it 6 times without the minor. No, I did not do it. No, I did not do it. This one has shown you the time. All the surah mentions of Quran is complete and fully guided. Then you cannot bring forth your own surah added to the surah, which also has mentioned inside of Quran. And then when you bring it, the old one will cast outside, will reject it, and then throw it back. Then this one has shown you the time. You cannot bring forth your own surah added to the surah, which Allah has mentioned inside of Quran, and then you cannot do it. Also the same, you cannot bring your own verse added to the surah which Allah has mentioned in Quran, and then you cannot do it. Also the same, you cannot bring your own word added to the surah which Allah has mentioned in Quran, and then you cannot do it. Also the same, you cannot bring your own. You cannot bring your own. You cannot bring your own alpha added to this one which Allah has mentioned in Quran, and then you cannot also say you cannot bring your own dot added to this one which Allah has mentioned inside Quran, and then you cannot do it. So you see, then again, if you like it, follow this way. When you count the alpha Bismillah Rahman Rahim, you saw it 19. Then when you count the surah in the whole Quran, from FATIHA to NASI, you saw it 114 surah. Then you take 19 and then divide 114 surah, it will divide it 6 times. Then that 6 that is divided, then you now take that 6. You will not count the alpha of the whole Quran, which is alifun, ba'un, ta'un, sa'un, jimun, ha'un, ka'un, dalun, zalun, ra'un, zayyun, sinun, shinun, sadun, dadun, ta'un, za'un, ainun, gainun, fa'un, kafun, kafun, lamun, mimun, nunun, wa'un, ha'un, lam, alif, hamza, ya. That's 30 alpha. Then when you count it for the day, you take 19 and then divide. You divide. When you count to finish, that's 30 alpha of the Quran. Then when you count to finish, then you take 19 and then divide 1 half for this one. When you divide it, it will give you 6. Then that's it that you give it to you. Then you now take that and then divide 5. You now divide 30 alpha of the Quran. When you divide it, it will divide it 5 times. No add, no delete, no add, no. So say this one, I show you that the whole Quran is fully guided. Anywhere you follow, you try to add anything in the whole Quran, then the whole Quran will reject it, cast aside, and throw it back. Then again, the philosophy behind it has no meaning. When you continue, it didn't stop there. We go to the, you started by counting the name of Allah. When you go to the Quran, all the name Allah, what else I mentioned the Quran, you count it. When you count it finish, you saw them. You saw it inside the Quran, all the name that I mentioned in the Quran is 570. Name Allah is 570. Then when you count it, then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide it, it will divide it 30 times. No other, no other, no other, no other. This one I show you that our name Allah, what I mentioned in the Quran, is complete and fully guided. Then if you bring for the own name Allah, if you bring for the own name, and it's name Allah, which has mentioned in the Quran, then the whole one will cast aside, will reject it, and then throw it back. That's again. It is over there. We go to the name Ar-Rahman. All the Ar-Rahman, that's I mentioned that word, you count it. When you count it finish, you will saw it 57. Then when you count finish, then you will take 19 and then divide 57. When you divide it, you divide it 3 times. No added, no deleted, no added, no deleted. This one I show you the name Ar-Rahman, that's I mentioned that word, is complete and fully guided. Then if you bring forward your own name Ar-Rahman, add it to so which another inside the one, then the whole one will cast out, will cast outside, will just run to it back. This again, you continue going. Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik, Al-Quddus, Al-Salam, Al-Mumin, Al-Muhaymin, Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar. Till 99 names. On each one, each name of Almighty Allah, you count them, and then you take 19 and divide it. It will divide them equal. No other node, no other node. This one shows that all the name of Almighty Allah is complete and fully guided. If you try to bring your own name added to so which Allah has mentioned, then the whole one will cast aside, will reject it, and it will impact. Then again, this over there. When you finish that, you come to the alpha of the Quran. You come to the alpha of the Quran. You started counting from Alifun. All the Alifun that Allah mentions in the Quran, you count them. Alifun that Allah mentions in the Quran, you count them. When you count them finish, then you take 19 and then divide them. When you divide them, it will divide them. It will divide them equal. No other node. This one I show that all the Alifun that Allah mentions in the Quran is completely fully guided. Then if you bring forth your own Alifun, added to so which Allah has mentioned in the Quran, then the whole Quran will cast aside and throw it back. This again, when you finish from there, you go to the Ba'un. All the Ba'un that Allah mentions in the Quran, you count them. When you count them, finish, then you take 19 and then divide them. When you divide them, it will divide them equal. No added, no deleted, no added, no reduction. This one has shown that all the Ba'un that Allah mentions in the Quran is complete and fully guided. Then you cannot bring forth your own Ba'un, adding to the song which Allah mentions in the Quran. And then if you bring forth, then the whole one will cast outside, will reject it, and then throw it back. Just again, when you finish there, you go to the Ta'un. All the Ta'un that Allah mentions in the Quran, you count them. When you count them, finish, then you take 19 and then divide them. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No added, no deleted, no added, no reduction. This one has shown that all the Ta'un that Allah mentions in the Quran is complete and full guided. Then, if you bring forth your own Ta'un, adding to the one which Allah has mentioned in the Quran, then the whole one will cast aside and then throw it back. Just again, when you go to the Sa'un, all the Sa'un that Allah mentions in the Quran, when you count them, finish. You count them. When you count them finish, then you take 19 and then divide them. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No added, no deleted, no added, no reduction. This one has shown that all the Sa'un that Allah mentions in the Quran is complete and fully guided. Then you cannot bring forth the whole Sa'un and to this one which Allah has mentioned in the Quran. And then if you bring it, then the whole one will cast aside, will reject it, and then throw it back. Then you continue going. Jimun, Ha'un, Ka'un, Dalan, Zalan, Ra'un, Zayyun, Sinun, Shinun, Swadun, Ta'un, Za'un, Ainun, Gainun. Fa up to Ya. Each one of the alpha of the one, you take it, and then you count them. Immediately when you count it, then you take 19 and divide them. It will divide them equal. No add, no delete, no add, no reduce. This one I show that all the alpha of the one is complete and full again. You cannot bring forward your own added to some as message one, and then if you bring forward, then the whole one will cast aside and then throw it back. Then again, it is so there. When we come to the world entirely, the human being that are created. If you like, you can separate a man and then count them separate, and then you can separate woman, count them separate. Or if you like, you join them together and then you count it. When you count it finish, then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No add, no delete, no add, no reduce. This one has shown that all the human beings that are created in this world is complete and fully guided. Then if you bring forward your own creation of human being, add it to so which others has created, then this one will reject it, will cast aside and then throw it back to you. But the funny thing it is, you cannot even create yourself. That's why again we go to the leaves. All the leaves that are created in the world entirely. If you want to, if you like, you can separate the big one and count it. If it's small one, you want to separate, you count it. If it's a dry one, you want to separate and count it. If the fresh leaf, you want to separate and count it. If the one that turned to yellow, you want to separate and count it. If the green leaf, you want to separate and count it. Any kind of leaf. If you want to join them, you join them together and count it. When you count it finish, then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No add, no delete, no add, no reduce. This one has shown that all the leaves that I mentioned that Allah created this world is complete and fully guided. Then if you bring forward your own creation of leaf, add it to this one which Allah has created, then the whole one will cast aside, will reject it, and then throw it back to you. But the funny thing is, you cannot even create yourself. That's again why you finish that. We go to the animal. All the animals that are created in the world entirely. If it's cow, if it is cow, you want to separate and count it, you count it. If it's ram, you want to separate and count it, count it. If it's horse, you want to separate and count it, count it. If it's lion, any kind of animal. If it is lion, you want to separate and count it, count it. If you want to join all the animals that are created in the world entirely, and then you count them, you count it. When you count it finish, then you take 19 and then divide. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no delete, no other, no reduce. This one I show you that all the animals that are created in the world is complete and fully guided. Then if you bring forward your own creation of animal, add it to so which Allah has created, then the whole one will cast aside, will reject it, and then throw it back to you. But the funny thing is, you cannot make create yourself. Because again, when we go to the birds, all the birds are created. If the bird you want to separate and count it, then if the big bird you want to separate and count it, if it's small bird you want to separate and count it, if any type of bird you want to separate and count it, if this crow you want to separate and count it, bird that is calling crow, if it is pigeon that is pigeon you want to separate and count it, if it is eagle, the bird that is eagle you want to separate and count it, anyone you count, then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide it, it will divide equal. No adding, no delete. If it is white bed, you want to separate and count it. Any kind of bed you count, then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No adding, no delete, no adding, no delete. This one actually that all the beds are created in this world is complete and fully guided. Then if you bring forth your own creation of bed, add it to so which Allah has created, then the whole one will reject it, will cast aside, and throw it back to you. But the funny thing is, you cannot even create yourself. If all the beds that are in the world entirely, you want to join them and count it. When you count it, finish, then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide it. No add, no delete, no add, no delete. This one has shown that all the beds that are created in the world entirely is complete and fully guided. If you bring forth your own creation of bed, then the whole one will cast aside, will reject it, and then throw it back to you. But the funny thing is, you cannot even create yourself. That's why again, when you continue going, you count all the trees that are in the world entirely. If it is type of tree, you want to separate, count it. There are different kinds of trees. If it's apple tree, you want to separate, you count it and count it. If it's mango tree, you want to separate and count it. If it is a banana tree, you want to separate and count it. If it's orange tree, you want to separate and count it. Each one you count, then you will take 19 and then divide them. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No added, no delete, no added, no delete. This one I show you that all the trees that are created in the world, each type of tree that you count is complete and fully guided. Then you cannot bring for the own creation of tree, that of tree, add it to so which Allah created, and then we bring for them the real one, will cast outside, will reject and then throw it back to you. If you like, you join all the trees that are created in the world entirely, you count it. When you count infinite, then you take 19 and then divide. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no derivative. This one I show that all the three that are character in the world entirely is complete and fully guarded. Then you cannot bring forth the own creation of three added to souls and character, and it will bring forth in group. The whole one will cast out, will reject it, and then throw it back. Then again, you go to the corn of maize, corn of guinea corn, the food that we are eating. You see, each corn counted. You go to the orange, fruits, apple. Anyone you count it. Anyone you can be able to count it. Rice, corn of rice. Corn of guinea corn. All anything you want to count in this world, you count it. We come to the thing that we manufacture. You count it. When we come to the vehicle, you manufacture vehicle. Immediately when you manufacture the vehicle finish, then when you start the vehicle, the sound that vehicle is making, are you the one that created the sound and then give it to it? You are not the one. But it's all material, so you want to create the sound and then give it to it. Therefore, that vehicle that you manufacture, you are not the one that manufactured it. But Allah is the one that created it. You continue, then you can be able to join them together, you count it. And then when you count it finish, you take 19 and then divide them. When you divide it, it will divide equal. No other, no other thing. This one I show that all the vehicle that you manufacture, the world time is complete and fully guided. And then you cannot, if you bring forth your own creation of, if you bring forth your own creation of vehicle, and so which Allah created, then the old one will cast out, will reject it, and then throw it back. So you see this how it is. Then again, you continue anything you want to count in this world, you count it. You come to the corn of guinea corn that are in the world entirely, you count them. Ants, you count them. All the ants, if it's very ants, you want to count, you count them. Then when we come to the corn of guinea corn, you count it. When you count it, you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide it, it's divide equal. No other, no difference. This one I show that all the corn of guinea corn that is in the world is completely and fully guided. Then if you bring forth the own creation of corn of guinea corn, add it to the one which Allah has created, then the whole one will cast outside, will reject it, and then throw it back. But the one thing is, you cannot really create it. So seriously. Then again, about the second translation of the whole one from FATIHA to NASI, whose number are counted, the philosophy behind it has no end. Then through this vehicle, through this second translation one, that's where you will know that Allah has counted us with a full count. Allah knows each one of us, and then He has counted us with a full count. Which is in Surah Al-Maryam, chapter 19 of the Holy Quran, verse 94. Say, لَقَدْ أَحْصَاهُمْ وَعَدَّهُمْ وَعَدَّ. Allah knows each one of us, and then He has counted us with a full count. Allah knows each one of us, and then He has counted us with a full count. Which is in Surah Maryam, chapter 19 of the Holy Quran, verse 94. Look at it here. Allah knows each one of us, and then He has counted us with a full count. Then look at it here. When we come to the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, when you count the alpha of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, you saw it 19. Then when you count to finish, then you count all the surah that are mentioned in Surah 1 from FATIHA to NAS. When you count it, you saw it 114 surah. Then you will now take 19 and then divide 114 surah. When you divide it, it will divide it 6 times. No added, no delete, no added, no removed. This one I showed that all the surah that are mentioned in Surah 1 is complete and fully guided. It's complete. Then you cannot bring forward this one I showed that all the surah that Allah mentioned in Surah 1, Allah knows each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. That's why again when you come to them, also to say, this one I showed that all the verses Allah mentioned in one, Allah knows each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. That's why again this one I showed that all the words Allah mentioned in one is Allah knows each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. This one has proved to you that all the alpha, that's a mentioned in one, Allah knows each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. This one I show you that all the dots that Allah mentioned in one, Allah knows each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. So see, Then again, when we come to them, Allah, name Allah, that's a mission of one. When you count the name of Allah, that's a mission of one, is 570. All the name Allah, that's a mission of one, is 570. Then when you count it finish, then you take 19 and then divide them. When you divide them, it will divide them 30 times. No added, no deleted, no add, no rule. This one has showed that name Allah with as a mention of one, Allah saw know each one of them, and then he has counted with a full count. Then again, when you come to the name Ar-Rahman, or the name Ar-Rahman, as a mention of one, you count them. When you count them, you saw it 57. Then when you count it, then you take 19 and then divide them. When you divide them, it will divide it 3 times. Then this one has no added, no add, no rule. This one has showed it out. All the name Ar-Rahman and Zamisha Sarquad, Allah saw know each one of them, and then he has counted with a full count. Then you continue going Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik, Al-Quddus, Al-Salam, Al-Mu'min, Al-Mu'min, Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar. Till 99 names of all Makkah. Each one of them you count them, and then you take 19 and then divide them. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no other, no rule. Then this one has showed it out. All the name, the Zamisha Sarquad, Allah saw know each one of them, and then he has counted with the full count. Name Allah. Name. That's what I should. Just again, when you finish that, then you come to the alpha of the whole one. You started counting alpha of the one. You started by alpha. All the alpha and summation of one, you count it. But then when you count it finish, then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No added, no this. This one I showed the time. All the alpha, the summation of one, Allah saw know each of them, and then he has counted with the full count. That's why again, when you come to them, when you come to the bow, all the bow, that's a mission of one. You count them. When you count them, then you take 19 and divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no, this one I show that all the bow and the mission of one is complete and full regarded. Then, this all the bow and the mission of one, Allah saw know each other, and then he has counted to Fuka. Then you go to South. You go to town, all the town and the mission is what? Then you count it. When you count it, then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no other, no root. This one I showed that all the time when the submissions of one, Allah know each one of them, and then you count them with the full count. Just like you go to sound, all the sound, the submissions of one. You count it. When you count it, finish, then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no other, no root. This one I showed that all the time, all the sound, the submissions of one, Allah know each of them, and then you count them with the full count. Then you continue going, Jim and Ha, Ka, Dal, Zal, Ra, Zayyib, Sin, Shin, Swad, Dor, Ta, Za, Ain, up to Ya. Each one of them, you do that. Then when you finish that, you come to the word in 10. You come to the human being. If you want to separate it, if it is a man, you want to separate count, you count them separate. If the woman, you want to separate count, you count them separate. Any cut, if you want to join them together, you join them. If it is 10 years, you want to separate and count them. If it's 20 years, people, those ones that are 20, 50 years, you want to separate and count them. If it's 50 years, you want to separate and count them. If old people, you want to separate. If young people, if you like, you join the whole old human being tell, that's okay. You join them together and then count them. When you count them finish, then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No added, no deleted, no added, no rule. This one I showed the time. All the human beings are counted. Allah saw know each one of them, and then he has counted them with a full count. لَقَدْ أَحْصَاهُمْ وَعَدَّهُمْ وَعَدَّهُمْ. Allah know each one of them, and then he has counted them with a full count. Then again, you know so much. The philosophy behind it has no end. When we come to the animal, all the animals are created. If you like, if it is cow, if it is ram, you want to separate and count it, count it. If it is cow, you want to separate it and count it and count it. If it's horse, you want to separate and count it, count it. If it's lion, you want to separate and count it, count it. If the animals that are living in the forest, you want to separate, you count them different. And count them. If you like, you join the animal that are in the forest. You count them. All the forests in the whole entire. When you count them finish, then you take 19 and then divide. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no difference. This one has showed the top. All the animals that are in the forest, Allah know each one of them, and then he has counted with the full count. That's why when you come to the house, the animal that live in the house, if it is a cow, you want to separate and count it. If it is a horse, you want to separate and count it. If it is a ram, you want to separate and count it. Each kind of animal in the house that you know, you want to separate and count. Then each one you count. Then you take 19 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no this, no other, no rule. This one has showed that all the animals that are created, that are living in the house, Allah Ta'ala know each one of them, and then He has counted with a full count. Those again, when you go, if you like, you join them together, you count them. When you count them, then take the 10 and divide it. When you divide them into divide equal. This one is that all the animals are living in the house inside, Allah Ta'ala know each one of them, and then He has counted with a full count. Those again, when you come to the inside water, the animal that are living inside water, you count it. If it is fish, you want to count it. If it is hippopotamus, you want to count it. Any kind of animal, crocodile, you want to count it. If you like, if you want to join, if you join all the animals that are living inside water, you join them together and count it. When you count it finish, then you take 90 and divide it. When you divide it, it will divide equal. No other node, no other node. This one has shown that all the animals that are living inside water, the second, Allah know each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. Then again, if you like the animals that are living in the waters, the animals that are living in the whole world entirely, if you want to join them and together, then you join them and count it. When you count it finish, then you take 90 and divide it. When you divide it, it will divide equal. No other node. This one has shown that all the animals that are living in Allah know each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. Because again, when you go to the bed, all the bed that are flying. If this type of bed, you want to pray count it. If it's pigeon, you want to pray count it. If it's a crowd, bed that's a crowd, you want to pray count it. If it's a eagle, you want to pray count it. If it's a white bed, you want to pray count it. Any kind of bed, you want to pray and count it, you count it. Then when you count it, you take 90 and divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other node, no other node. This one, I show that all the beds that are in the world, that are created, Allah know each one of them, and they that you count. Allah know each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. Then if you like, if you want to join all the beds that are created, you join them together and count it. When you count it finish, then you take 90 and divide it. When you divide it, it will divide equal. No other node, no other node. This one I show that all the beds that are created, that I do, Allah know each one of them, and then He has counted with a full count. Now again, we go to the fairly act. If you want to separate a count it. Any kind of fairly act, you want to separate a count it. If you like, you join them together and count it. When you count it finish, then you take 90 and divide. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other node, no other node. This one I show that all the very under sacred, Allah know each one of them, and He has counted with the full count. Just again, we go to the leaves, trees. The leaves that are in the world entirely, if you want to separate them, any kind of one you want to separate, count it. If you want to join them together, you join them and count it. When you count it, then you take 90 and divide it. When you divide it, it will divide equal. No other node, no other node. This one I show that all the leaves that are in the world entirely, the sacred, Allah know each one of them, and then He has counted with the full count. Just again, you go to the grass, all the grass that are created. If it is a long grass, you want to separate, count it. If it's short grass, you want to separate, count it. If any kind of grass, you want to separate, count it. When you count it, you take 90 and then divide it. When you divide it, it will divide equal. No other node, no other node. This one shows that all the grass that are created, Allah know each one of them, and then He has counted with the full count. Just again, you go to the tree, all the trees that are created that I do, you count it. When you count it, then you take 90 and then divide it. When you divide it, it will divide equal. No other node, no other node. This one I show that all the trees that are created that I do, Allah know each one of them, and then He has counted with the full count. If you like, go to the stars right in the sky that are created. Any one of the stars, any star, the stars that are in the sky. If you want, if those one you can be able to separate, you count it. The star that come outside today in the sky, you want to separate, count it. Or the one that come yesterday, or the one that come. Anyone you want to separate, you count it. When you count it, finish, then you take 90 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. The one that come today, come outside today, you want to separate, count it. You count it. When you count it, finish, then you take 90 and then divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other node, no other node. This one has shown it down. All the stars that are created, Allah know each one of them, and then He has counted with the full count. Then again, drop of the rain. Each drop of the rain. If the big drop of the rain, you want to separate and count it. If the small one is the middle one, you want to separate and count it. Any kind of drop of rain. If the only drop of the rain, if the rain that fall in the years, you want to separate and count it. If the rain that's fall in the month, you want to separate and count it. If the rain that's fall in a week, you want to separate and count it. If the rain that fall in a day, you want to separate and count it. Then if the rain that's fall in an hour, you want to separate and count them, you count it. If the rain that fall in minutes, you want to separate and count it. If the rain that fall in seconds, you want to separate and count it. Then, when you count it finish, Then you take 19 and divide it. Then when you divide it finish, it will divide equal. No added, no that, no added, no that. This one shows that all the rainers are credited. Allah said know each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count, a drop of rain. Then when you come to your leg, your steps, your talking, one after the other, you're talking, saying that you are saying one after the other. If you want to count them, you count it. Talking, each word you are saying, you count it. Breathing that you are breathing, in and out that you are breathing. If you want to count it, you count it. Walking that you are walking, you see philosophy behind it has no. And then each one of them you count. Beating that your heart is beating. You want to count it? You count it. And each one you count. Then you take 19 and the other divide. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no that, no other, no that. This one I show you the time. Don't say that you count. Allah said know each one of them, and then He has counted with a full count. That's why again we come to the, we go to the tent that you manufacture. If the bicycle that you manufacture, you want to come, you want to come, the sound that bicycle is making, the sound that motorcycle is making, that sound that's making. If you can be able to count it, you count it. Jin, that sound that vehicle is making. You want to separate, count it. Then when you can't finish. Any sound that you have, all those things that you manufacture, make it. If you want to separate it, count it. When you can't finish, then you take 19 and the other divide it. When you divide it, it will divide equal. No other, no delta, no other, no delta. This one has shown that all those sound, that of those things that you manufacture, they make it. Allah said know each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. So see, you continue going. The philosophy behind it has no end. When you come to the gun, you should make a sound, all the sound that's making. If you come out to separate it, I count it, you count it. Then, when you count it finish, then you take 19 and the other divide. When you divide them, it's divide equal. No other, no other, no other, no other. This one I show that all those sound that gun is making. When you are shooting, Allah said know each of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. So see, the philosophy behind it has no end. You come to the corn of Jericho, corn of maize. If you want to separate a corn, you count it. If it's a corn of maize, you want to separate a corn, you count it. If it's a corn of Jericho, you want to separate a corn, you count it. Any kind of corn that of the food that we are eating, you want to separate a corn. When you count it finish, then you take 19 and the other divide it. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no there is no other, no. This one I show that all the corns of the food that we are eating, that you count, Allah said know each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. Allah know each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. The philosophy behind it has no end. You see, all this one is in the second translation of the whole word from FATIHA to NASI, with number that we are counting. And then again, the philosophy behind it has no end. When we come to the mathematics, topic of mathematics, all that one is in the second translation of the whole word from FATIHA to with number that we are counting. When you come to mathematics, that topic that we are seeing, that is it in the second translation of the whole word from FATIHA with number that we are counting. So see, the philosophy behind it has no end. Any sound of the thing that we manufacture, you want to separate and count it. Then again, the days, you come to the days. Years, day, years, months, week, days, second, an hour, minute, second. If you want to separate and count it. Each one, you separate and count it. When you count it finish, then you take 19 and the other divide. The year that you spend in the world, the day that you spend in the world, the week that you spend in the world, the hour that you spend in the world, minutes that you spend in the world, second that you spend in the world. If you want to separate them and count them, count it. If you can be able to count it. Then when you count it finish, then you take 19 and the other divide. When you divide them, it will divide equal. No other, no delta, no other, no delta. This one I show the time. All the years that you spend in the world that you count, Or is it month that we spend in the word you count? Or is it week that we spend in the word you count? Or is it hour that we spend in the word you count? Is it minute that we spend in the word you count? Is it second that we spend in the word you count? Then each one that you count. Allah knows each one of them, and then He has counted them with a full count. Philosophy behind that one has no name. So you see, it has a lot of translation. And then this translation, this second translation, through this second translation, that's why you know the number of the rak'ah of salah that we are performing. Rak'ah of salah that we are performing. Number of rak'ah of salah. When you go to Surah Al-Nasa'i, chapter 41, verse 3, Allah mentioned the number of rak'ah of salah. And then that number of rak'ah of salah, that's what a criminal Arab Imam said that the number of rak'ah of salah is not written in Quran except with help of the hadith who know that. Criminals. Stealing from the whole Quran. Says it. So that number of rak'ah salah that we are seeing is in the second translation Quran from FATIHA NASI. What number that we're counting? So you see. And then when you go Surah An-Nisa, chapter 41, verse 3, Allah mentioned that number of rak'ah. When you go Surah Al-Fatiha, chapter 41, verse 1, Allah mentioned that number of rak'ah salah. So see, the philosophy behind it has no end. When you come to repeating 3 times at the time of ablution, the criminal Arab said that he's not written in Quran itself with the help of the know that. So they repeated 3 times at time of evolution is in the second translation Quran, and that repeated 3 times at time of evolution is where Allah divide 1 to 3 by. So see, then it's where Allah divide 1 to 3 by. So see, that's it. Then number of rak'ah salat is in the second translation Quran from FATIHA NASI. What's this number that we're counting? So the philosophy behind that one has no end. That's it. So the second translation Quran from FATIHA NASI, what's the number that we're counting? So I think this one I'm going to stop. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.